Welcome to part 5 of this texturing tutorial. So in the previous part we have just finished creating the outlines for this piece. We were also just cleaning up any lines that felt a bit messy. And now we are ready to color everything in and add extra graphics on top of this outfit. So if you're ready for that, let's jump into the next section. And if you guys are enjoying this tutorial series, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below that you made it this far. I know there are a lot of parts to this tutorial, but I promised you guys that I would show you guys the full process. And this is what it takes at this point. So well done if you've come this far, and let's jump into the tutorial. Alrighty, let's just have a look, shall we? So now that this is done, I like to add probably a color under it. Let's see. Let's add a... what should we add? Let's add another copper pure on top. We'll just plonk it on top. We're going to add a black mask, and we're actually going to use this to color in, but this time I'm going to use a different color. Let's make it like a dark, almost black color. We'll place these underneath, and what we're gonna do is go to here. We've got the circle brush on and it's on white, which means it's going to color in. So I'm just gonna color this in like this, like so. And actually, if you don't want to do it in a 3D window, you could also do it in a 2D window. So what I like to do is just roughly color it in, and then if I've gone over any parts, I will just clean it up a little bit later. Okay, let's just double check here. So it will look like something like this. And then if we want to clean up these edges, press X. Just go around them, like so. Okay, anything else? Wrong one, press X, here we go. And yeah, you just keep pressing X, switch between black and white, and just clean up. It would be cool if this didn't get colored in completely here. So actually what I'm gonna do is go to main top, and we're gonna press X, and we're gonna draw a line in here. And a line here. X, and we'll just clean this up. There we go. If I'm not talking, by the way, it's my pure concentration happening, but I try my best. Trying to complete this as fast as I can, because I don't want you guys just watching a whole tutorial of me just coloring things in, unless you guys enjoy that, but this is the process. Just coloring, editing, I don't know what I did there. Let's do this again, press X, draw this line again, maybe a bit smaller, there. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is go to this, I'm gonna call this cloud pattern colored in. So I'm gonna get rid of it here, make this bigger, let's erase faster, get rid of this. There we go. a lot better. Cool. Right, let's keep going with this black section, and then I'm going to clean up the front here. So I've noticed that there are a few sections that need cleaning up.
1 hour later.
Double check. Let's have a look all around. Cool. So we've got a cool design on top. Whether I want it on the trousers, that's going to be another thing. We do want it to continue on top of this pocket though. I feel like because the pocket is breaking away from this, it's kind of, design wise it feels like it's distracting. So I feel like we should embed this sort of design with this pocket in front. There we go. So what I'm going to do is copy these two. We are gonna go to, is that pockets? Yes, we'll go here. We're gonna paste it here. Nice. And we are going to, clear mask. Same here, we're gonna clear the mask. And now we're going to use our imaginations to draw on top. So what I'm going to do is switch to white. It's going to be something like this, right? Yeah, it's going to be something like that, approximately. So now I will just clean it up a little bit. Okay, something along the lines of that. And now we need to paint these lines in as well. Nice. Now if I look at this design from far away, now you can see the design is not distracted by the pockets anymore, which I prefer. And I'm not really a fan of this dark black. I think we should change the color to something else. This is where we get to play with color. Let's see what works. It could be a red. I think a dark red would work. Maybe not too dark, but maybe even a lighter red. Something like this. That'd be pretty cool. So we go dark, it just kind of doesn't stand out anymore. We could go with an orangey red. Let's go to the red side here. No, I think a pinky red actually will suit it a bit better. Let's go up to red. Something like this. Hard decision. What do you guys think? If we went white, do you want to go white? I mean, we could turn the roughness down. It doesn't have to be really shiny. In fact, we can up the roughness and turn the metallic down a little bit. And let's have another look. Maybe even something like this. Turn the roughness down just a smidge. And then if I copy, how would I copy this onto this one? I guess we can copy the base color. And then I'm going to copy the base color here by getting the hex code. Control C, go to pockets and hem, to this. Base color, we're going to paste it in here. Oh, did it not copy? Come on. Don't tell me it didn't copy. Top, let's go back. This, base color, choose this, Control C. Pockets, this. Control V, there we go. Roughness, metallic, something like that. What if we change the mask also to this? Oh, that is not bad. not bad at all actually. Interesting. I feel like I might prefer this a bit better. Maybe we could have this section red, but we could customize that. But right now I feel like because this design is so loud, I don't want it to compete with the other colors. I don't want this to be the accent, including this as well. So far looking good. Maybe we'll add some to the trousers. So I decided to texture the trousers. I'd used the exact same technique that I used for the top, so I've decided to not show you guys the full editing process. Once the trousers are done, they turned out something like this. So this is what the design looks like now, with my custom drawings that I've added. Just want to double check that everything looks okay, if I'm happy with it. Yeah. So now we've got detailing on the trousers. I've added just a little bit more detail on the back of the right sleeve as well. But so far, I'm liking how it's looking. And there's a thing that I want to do actually. What I want to do now, just to give this a bit more detail, is actually, let us zoom in. I want to give it more height. Or displacement. So what I'm going to do is add, we are on a jacket here, so I'm going to add a fill layer, and we are just only want the height. We don't need the color, the roughness, or the metalness. So I'm going to right click on this, we're going to click generator, go up to generator, and we're going to click UV border distance. So we're going to get this. Now this is just showing, I suppose, the borders of the UVs. If we actually scroll out, you can see it's highlighted this, right? Now I only want, let's have the color and height on just for the moment so that we can see. So anything that is white is going to be raised up. Anything that is black is going to be, I suppose, left alone, or it might be decreased. I think in this case, because it's going to be raised up, anything that's black is going to stay here. Anything that is white is going to go up. So let's just play with this. I'm gonna bring the borders right to the edge. And you can increase the smoothness if you want. Let's see, maybe something like that. What about the contrast? What does that do? Ooh. Oh, I see, that's interesting. Okay, we probably want to put that down a little bit. Something like this. Distance, I don't know. We'll have it something like this, and we can also right click. I believe if we add a filter, we can also add a blur, which is the same thing. We just leave it on the height. I don't think we need all of this. Blur intensity. So if you can see it kind of blurs it out a little bit. What if I left color? I'm curious. No, we'll just leave it like that. So let's see what this will do, and I'll show you guys in a second. If I now turn off color, let's see actually, are we able to see a difference? Okay. Ah, it's the blur. Okay. Blur, maybe we have to turn the blur intensity down. There we go. Okay. Did you guys see that? So I guess it depends how much blur you want it to have. Right now it's pretty high. You can see all the edges like separated, so we are gonna have to tweak that a little bit. We're definitely gonna have to tweak that. So I'm gonna turn color back on. Let's see. We do want outlines, but we do want them to be subtle as well. Just like a tiny amount. Maybe something like this. 0.02. Let's have a look. 0.02, what if I make it 0.01? What does that do? Okay, and if it's actually 0, I see, it kind of highlights the joins in betweens as well. To be honest, this comes down to preference, so it depends how you guys want it. I don't think I want it that soft. Let's turn it the contrast down. Balance can also be something like this. The blur, up to you as well. You could blur it out a little bit. Let's see what it looks like without the color. Almost just want a little bump. Just a little bit. You don't want too much. Because if we have too much, then let's see. There we go. Yeah, a tiny amount is fine. Turn off the color. Something like this. Just to give the jacket a bit more definition, I would say. Cool. Now what I want to do with these ropes, I actually want to give them more color. I think the rope should be red, actually, since we are working with a reddish material as the highlight. So with this flannel color, let's give it a red. Probably, oh, it's not even that one. I should probably check before I start changing colors. Let's turn off the eye for this one. Okay. And this one. There we go. It's this one. So we'll change the color. There we go. Zoom in, let's have a look. Yeah, looks good to me. There we go. Then we're going to copy this. Okay, this. Okay, we're going to paste this here. Delete the old version. Scroll out. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now for the straps, what did I call it? Stripes? Was it this? Yes. There is something I want to do. I want to add some graphics here. So for example, we could add an artificial leather here. And we could add a black mask. And I'm going to go to the alpha here. I'm going to find the vector that I made with my logo on it. I'm gonna go to here. Now, I've got the alignment on UV, so that means I am going to use this on the UV and it won't be distorted. The angle, we want it down to 0. Actually, we probably want it to 90. Oh, no, 90. Well, how about 270? We're gonna rotate it. There we go. If I were to stamp it, for example, do you guys see that? So we are going to stamp it. I think I might get rid of the @ actually. I don't think I want the @ there. But I love doing this because it stamps it and you can put any graphic on this of your choice. Let me just get it. Trying to get it right in the middle. Like that. Okay, good. And then I'm going to get the circle. And we're going to click on this. We're going to press X. And then we're going to get rid of this @ there. There we go. So I'm just going to drag in a star vector that I've got. Let's see. Add to library your assets, import. And I'm going to drag this up here. And we are going to put the angle back to 0. And if I print this now, oh, nothing, because we're on black. And then press X to change it. Try again. There we go. You know, something like that. And you don't have to do stuff like this. You could do something else. Let me just grab another star. And we're going to import it to this library. is it here? Grab it here. Make it smaller. There. Could be something like that. So it really depends, I suppose, what graphics you want to put there. Let me try import some graphics. I just want to play about a little bit to see if we want to add any more graphics on top of this. Add to my library, import. If we go to this, what is this, top? And then if we add a new, let's go to materials here. If we add a new texture here, and we make it into a black mask, and then here, get rid of this, click on this, I'm gonna play about with this. Let's see if this works. If this doesn't work out, then fine, but sometimes it's fun to play about with what we could do in this program. Got some lines here, which I'm gonna add. Maybe make them even bigger. Could even bring this underneath all of that, so it can only be seen underneath. Did you guys see that? So let me bring this down. I'm just gonna pull the stripes. Stripes, here we go. And then if we were to do something like this, how would that look? I don't know. Just playing about here, seeing what is possible. Could be underneath, could be straight like that. I suppose the point is that I'm trying to make here is that you can really start layering up so many different designs if you want to. Or we could have it on the hats perhaps. We can grab this, copy it, go to the hat. Hat, where is it? We can paste it here. Perhaps instead of UVs we could do wrap instead. A mess. But interesting to play with. You know? Could be, what if we wrote 90? 0. Oh, that's trippy, but not what I want. If we go to UV, that will make it go straight. Almost just getting a feel for whether I like this or not. Just that on the side here. That's cool. And if it wasn't silver, could it be perhaps something like that reddish color that we have? Or we could swatch it. Click this and swatch it here. What do you guys think? So it goes around the back and it only goes on one side. I also just wanted to create another alpha mask with a Chinese character fire, because this is meant to be part of a 5-element series that I was meant to make before. scale it up so you guys can see. If I move this to the side, now we can have a look. Let's see. I guess the only one that I like is this one's okay as well, actually. So I am going to copy this here. This one I'm going to press Ctrl-Shift-O. That will give the outline to this. And what we want to do now is actually make this white. And then we also want to go to black. Let's see. Oh no, sorry. I forgot to deselect it. Get off it first. Then click on square, then click black. And we draw a square. So if this, just put it to the back. And this is the character we're going to export as a map. Now I'm going to save this in the folder of my choice. I'm going to export it as a PNG, press OK, and then we can go back to Substance Painter. Let me find that file. We're going to drag it in. Here, drag it to the materials, make it an alpha, import it into this project, import. Now what I'm going to do, especially with the mask, let's go to the mask section. Let me exit out of this, go to the materials here. Let's add this plastic grid. I don't think I've used that before. Okay, and then if we, ooh, that's cool. I like that. There we go. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is, let's have a look. Yeah, I was just double checking that I want the mask black. I was just checking how I felt about it being red. I think it looks more powerful in black. So with this, we are gonna add a black mask. Go to alpha, type in fire, and we should be able to find it. Now this is on UV, so we are going to use the UV square here to print it on. Right in the middle. Zoom out. Could be lower, could be here instead. I had this idea that I would work with the 5 elements, so like fire, water, earth, wood, and I forgot the last one, metal or something like that. So I was gonna work with these, and this one is the fire version. So let me just change the height. Can we change the height on this? Technical parameters, height position. There we go, changed it a little bit, kind of pushed it out. Height range, what does that do? I think it's the color that is throwing me off. If I swatch it from this. Oh, too dark. Too dark. There we go. That looks a bit better. Alright, next, I'm looking to add some type onto these, like, these parts here. So let me see, if we add a paint texture, and if you type in fonts, which I have here, they have different typefaces here for you to use. Now I guess if you guys don't like this, you could just bring in your customized vector, but I'm gonna give this a chance. Maybe we choose this one, and I'm gonna go to UV here. Where's this gonna stamp? Oh, it shouldn't be here. We actually need to go to this metal section, so if we go to metal instead and we paste, let's find the right part here. Okay, so we probably want, and if we scale down, I'm gonna rotate this even more. Too much. What about 3.5? Try that. Too little. We're getting there. Do you guys see that? Okay, first of all, what we're gonna do is type fire. And we are going to make this 346. Scale it up. Just double check all of these. Color, height. We can have it near black. If I print on this, you will see that, right? Maybe if I change the height before I print it on. There we go. Do you guys see that? Print it there. There. Cool. And then with this section here, which I think that belongs to stripes. Yes. We're gonna paste here. And instead of this alpha, we're going to change it to the star alpha. Wherever it is here. We are going to take off the angle, find the UV map, go here, and I've got the alignment to UV, so it shouldn't distort at all. There. That'll work. And this is how the final piece looks like. Now I know this part was quite long, so if you made it this far, well done. That was one heck of a section of Substance Painter. So you will be glad to know that we will be ready to export it in the next part. But I'm really glad you guys sat through the whole tutorial and you got to see the whole process. In the next section, we will just be exporting from Substance Painter and getting it ready to be imported into Cinema 4D. I will also show you guys how to link up the textures in Cinema 4D as well, so make sure to check that out. I'll see you in the next section.